You were positive for amphetamines and not methamphetamines.
That's what those are for.
Which is, I do have a copy of these.
Why did the judge force him to admit to taking methamphetamines if he did not take methamphetamines? Or he was spending 5 days in jail?
So the information that he had at the time was that the positive was for methamphetamines and not amphetamines.
How did that get changed?
How did it get changed?
Yes.
I'll say that is a mistake that was made that I'm going to apologize to you for. And that doesn't make it any better that mistake was made. But you were telling the truth as far as.
But now he's perjuring himself in court if he don't.
I felt under distress. I don't know what to do. I can't afford to go to jail for 5 days.
And you don't want to leave me alone with my abusive father.
So I understand that you said I'm not going to admit something I didn't do, and I 100% appreciate that and can respect that. And so, truly, in fact, you did not admit to it because you haven't done anything per the nail follicle results. You're positive for your prescriptions. So that would be something that we can easily correct. It doesn't make up for the stress that you have experienced at the court hearing until now. And I do apologize for that, but it's something that we can convey to all the parties that your nail follicle was in fact only positive for amphetamines and not methamphetamines. And that you have prescriptions to justify the amphetamine use, or the amphetamine positive. And again, all I can tell you is I'm sorry. Mistakes are made. We are humans just like everybody else. And if I could correct it, but all I can do at this point is tell you I'm sorry and we can move forward.
When are my children going to be able to come home? Because all these allegations are all bullshit.
I can't give you a day. If I could, I would. But
We're
I'll
just
say,
gonna
like,
keep moving forward, and I'm glad it got corrected.
I'm glad I called the same drug test lady and was going to do a
I was
private.
going to go do another one because I knew.
He never done
anything
drugs in
like
his
that,
life.
And I understand that it.
And he come back and he told me that he had to admit to doing them. I said, why did you admit to something you've never done?
I was under distress, and
I told him, go to
said, "You have
jail."
tell him something or go to jail, and I can't afford to lose my job by going to jail, even though I know I didn't do it.
I don't care. You don't ever admit to something you've never done.
well, and I will say that
I still would have went to jail.
That information did not get conveyed to us that you had admitted to it, because you didn't do it. So that was information that you told your attorney.
That he had to tell the judge.
Did she tell the judge?
No, I had to.
He had to admit that he done methamphetamines to the judge, or he was going to jail for 5 days.
Okay. Well, and I will make sure that is also, like, I will speak with Judge about it, and I'm gonna reach out to Meg, which I'm sure y'all have too. But I want to reach out to Meg personally and say I have physically seen a copy of his nail test, and it was in fact only amphetamines and not methamphetamines.
Because he made it a very big point that amphetamines don't come back as methamphetamines. Do not rain on or piss on me.
Don't
His exact
piss on
words.
me and call it rain.
Yeah, don't piss on me and call it rain.
Well, and I will say that is a true statement as far
As far as for methamphetamine users, not amphetamine users. He's got a prescription he's been on for years.
Well, and so a lot of times what happens is people say, well, I took my medication, that's why I'm positive for meth. And that's not the case.
Yeah.
And so that's what we hear on a consistent basis. That's not excusing the situation by any means, but I'm just trying to explain to you why a judge was saying, well, a prescription is not going to cause you to test positive for meth.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
why?
you're like, I get that because I've never used meth.
I get
Yeah,
that.
he's never
I've
used meth. And he, basically called us a liar, and that he had to admit to something. Our lawyer told him that he has to give him something, or he's going to jail today.
And I think that's what the information that he had.
Yeah.
And the information that he had was incorrect, and that's on I'm gonna say on my behalf because I'm the supervisor on
And
the
I
case.
have to say myself, I can't perjure myself by assuming that I'm going to be under a perjury even though I know I didn't. I'll be considered perjured because the paperwork said I did.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's not.
So it's going to be
something I
corrected
want
on the
my-
paperwork that he's not a drug user?
Absolutely. Yes.
And the judge is gonna just, am I gonna get any kind of apology for that?
They're not.
I can't speak to what someone else would do, but I will say again.
That's from the information that he had gotten.
I will say again that I am personally sorry, and I would never want anyone to be in that position. And it put
We're
myself-
losing our children over this to the man that abused me. Do you not get that?
I understand this is a very stressful situation, and that
He calls
there
us
are-
drug users. He calls us. I says our home is filthy and whatever, but there ain't been nobody to come to my home. I'm there every day and every night. Please come.
So we have a. I know you had your initial ISP, so you have to have a 30-day ISP. Like I said when I was talking to Meg about her availability.
I'm ready to get it started.
We need to have that meeting, like you said, so we can get this started and move forward. Kind of put
Quicker.
everything behind
The
us
sooner the better.
and move
Truth
forward.
be told, I'm pretty sure my
And
dad
I'm
murdered
more
my
willing-
brother.
I'm more
That's
than
why I
willing
need mental
to-
evaluation because, truth be told, Dan hurt me.
I am more than willing.
I don't know what to do about it anymore.
Cooperate, do whatever classes.
I just need him away from
anger
him and back
management,
home safe.
parenting classes, the whole nine. I will go the whole nine. I will
Do
go the
whatever it
whole
takes to
100
get our
yards
kids
for my
back.
kids. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm willing to do anything. And if it takes me to have to split up from her and give her my property so
I'll
she
say-
can have our kids,
Whatever.
I would do
Or
whatever I
vice
need
versa.
to do. Whatever I need to do for.
I just
to
don't
get
want my
the
kids to
kids
go
back.
through what I had to go through as a child.
Well, we want them back with y'all. We want them back with their parents. That's where they need to be. Children need to be with their parents.
Especially the ones that love their kids.
I will say
I've seen some bad parents out there.
there are,
And
but
my mom died when I was 12. And I got beat on and beat on and beat on after that. From one home to the next. And I don't want that for my children. I've done everything I could ever do to make them be a good parent for my babies.
And Mr. Ingram, again, I am so sorry. I know that it's just words at this point, and it doesn't take away the stress and everything you've been through today. But I just want to tell you, I am so sorry, and I will make sure that it is corrected in every document, every person that had knowledge of this today. I will personally speak to each one of them, and again, I'm so sorry. When I'll say when the judge I just got a copy of it, the drug screener said, Miss Bennett and Mr. Ingram out here. I was like, oh, thank the Lord, because I was gonna, as soon as I left court, I was going to call y'all. But it makes it even better that y'all were actually physically here, because like I said, I can't.
I'm doing anything and everything I can because I know we love each other and we trust each other and I know that he don't do drugs. I mean, he don't have time to do drugs. All he does is work and come home.
I have a brother that does drugs. I have nothing to do with it.
And my brother's
He
in
is
a
a
hole
very
or
bad person.
found in a hole behind Kelly
And
Creek
he's a
because
very
he did
bad
drugs.
person, and I learned I'm the baby. I have two brothers, and I learned from watching what he went through to never do that kind of stuff.
Well,
And it's not the greatest way to learn about it, but I watched from his mistakes, and I didn't do those mistakes ever.
well, I appreciate that you haven't, because it gets everyone in a whole heap of mess. Like you said, you've seen it.
We wouldn't have offered up our whatever if we done drugs.
Well, I'm gonna get to my, we're still working on this docket that we had, and again, I'm just so sorry, and like I said, I'm gonna reach out to everyone. And once we have the ISP scheduled, y'all will get a phone call with when that will occur.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got your phone and everything? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Tim.